Ah, there you go. Episode 93 of Inside the Rapper Studio. If you're just tuning in, I had a very, very, very wonderful interview with Grim Year Wednesdays, who shouts out to Grimlooking Records, as well as Quiet Year Records and everything that they do with the community within Virginia as well. Episode 93 of Inside the Rapper Studio, we got Juba Productions on today. We are going to be talking about his work within videography, within the scene, also as separate individual projects as well, and talking about work culture and taking breaks and things like that. Huge shouts out to Big Pearl City in the goddamn building. How you feeling, baby? Score Swayze Saturdays. This past Saturday was the wonderful live crossover episode between Inside the Rapper Studio and the illustrious Working Title Podcast. Huge shouts out to the fellas working hard over there. This Saturday is going to be the world premiere of Love a Double Feature. Two-part project. Act 1 is going to be available on streaming sites eventually because they're going to do what the hell they want to do at this point, as we can see. And part 2, both parts will be available via Bandcamp. I don't know why I was thinking Bandcamp for some reason. But yeah, really good things going on. Got a nice little crowd coming in. Juba, I'm about to send that request in for you, Playboy. Are you sure about that, Benjamin? Because I feel like you're lying to me. Because, I mean, it's what you do. You're a troll. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You came in my live extra icy. I don't like this. Shat on. Nah, bro. We don't like. Nah, we got for that. Nah. But seriously, of course, it's another wonderful episode of Inside the Rapper Studio, episode 93 to be more exact. Of course, I'm your host, Score Swayze, and today we have a very special guest in the building, videographer extraordinaire, the man behind the cam, the man behind the lens, the Benz behind the lens, if I should say so myself, because the brand is strong, the brand is icy, and the brand is very powerful, as we can all see. I don't know how else to introduce a man like this, so I want you to introduce yourself so I can, do my job less.
All right, well, I'm Juba. My name is Tahir. Everyone calls me Juba. I'm a videographer, Baltimore-based. That's pretty much it.
So everybody drop hearts, drop likes, drop comments for the one, the only Juba Productions.
Thank you.
How you feeling today, brother, man?
Good. I'm very excited to be here. I was waiting for this moment all day. All week. For the past 2 weeks, honestly. I'm really excited, so thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad you're excited. And don't thank me. Thank you for being on a show like this. You're a very busy man, as we can all see. The brand's all over, videos all over, working with damn near everybody and their mama, except for mine. Ain't got no video. But that's neither here nor there. With every episode of you forgot to tell you to go. Yeah, tell us you to go, please.
I'm like a baby goat. I'm getting there. What's a baby goat called? A kid? I'm like
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Nope. We need you to say that you're the goat, Jude.
All right. I'm the goat.
That's what we like to hear. So with every episode of Inside the Rapper Studio, there's an origin story told from the bottom of the screen. So could you tell us how everything got started for the videographer we all know and love as Juba Productions?
All right. Start from the very beginning.
Very beginning. We got 45 minutes. We got time to blow.
All right. So I guess in middle school, that's when video phones, camera phones were starting to come out. Everyone's getting them and stuff. For me at least. So my mom had a BlackBerry with a camera on it, and
shouts out.
Yeah, definitely big shouts out to my mom. And yeah, so we just started I just started making weird videos. I think my first video was like my grandma showed me a recipe on how to make rice pudding, so I just like made a parody on how to make rice pudding. It was just like funny, stupid little videos. And then we got our first computer, and like I started editing on Windows Movie Maker, and like started a YouTube channel. I like played video games, like online computer games, and edited that, put it on that YouTube. But even then I was like, I don't know what this is, you know, like I didn't even think about it as like filmmaking or as a job or anything like that until I went to high school, like literally ninth grade, 2012. I found Wide Angle Youth Media through my brother. Shouts out my brother. And then, yeah, Wide Angle Youth Media is basically like a after school program that teaches high school and middle school students media making skills from videography to graphic design to animation now. So that's kind of where I was introduced into filmmaking as a career path and like more advanced than a BlackBerry cell phone. So yeah, that's where I learned all my skills. And then around 2016, 2017, that's when I actually started like going on my own, becoming Juba Productions and making videos. I think my very first like music video was Kayla, KLA. So huge shouts out to Kayla because I was scared even accepting the money because she trusted my abilities. So that's when I met Benjamin Banger too. Shout out to him. And then but yeah, ever since then, that's when I like put that up on my Instagram. People started hitting me up. I started doing a lot of stuff for free. Like kind of recently, 2019, I've been going to like shows. I just turned 21 in 2019, so I was able to go to the Crown and kind of like just bring my camera everywhere I went and just record stuff, edit free fun things, and put it on my Instagram. People hit me up, and that's really how that's how it all came together for.
All came to be. We love to hear it. We love to see it. One thing I really wanted to talk to you about was early starts of Juba Productions, which is pretty much the early days of like that rice pudding parody, all the way up into the first music video of like I want to say it's "Take the Cake." Is it "Take the Cake"? Because like she's gonna kill me if I don't know the song.
Yeah.
But, okay, cool. So like pretty much from that rice pudding video to "Take the Cake," how was it transitioning from those early stages of making videos like that up into like your first music video?
That was a good question. I mean, honestly, I was like kind of I'm still very like introverted, so like all my time that I wasn't in school or wasn't at Wide Angle, I literally got on YouTube and watched like tutorials on how to do anything. And that included like how to make music videos, like because I knew that music videos like kind of a way to make money for me, so that's what I was like just learning about. So so yeah, I just found tutorials on how to make music videos, and then kind of when I finally was able to like trust myself to do that, then that's when I like stepped out there and accepted Kayla's offer to do her music video. And then yeah, from there it's just like really just learning from experience. I still do go on YouTube like pretty much every day to learn like something new or just reinforce my skills that I have. And yeah, it was a really big jump from the videos that I have been doing like on YouTube, those silly little videos. But the thing about like filmmaking is like there's like certain principles, and all those principles can just be applied to pretty much any type of film and any film. So like the editing is really the same. It's just like a different style, and you might just add more on top of it, but the foundation's all the same. So yeah.
Got you. I also wanted to talk to you about like pretty much YouTube University and how it's almost like got a grip on not just like music videos, but hip hop in general. Whereas though the entire culture almost lives within YouTube and like making all these videos and making all this content around it. So I wanted to get your perspective on how much YouTube has helped you, not just within the beginning stages, but where you are right now in 2020 as like top dog videographer, roo, we out here shoot these like bow bow bow.
Uh, yeah, definitely YouTube is like my Lord and Savior at this point, because like, yeah, Wadingos taught me a lot about like filmmaking, graphic design and all that. They teach like the foundations, and really pretty much with anything, you can be taught anything, but it's up to you to like kind of explore further. And that's the like main thing that I use YouTube for. It's just like to explore further. So literally from like hour-long tutorials on things that I know other people wouldn't watch. It's just like something that I just find interested in. I would just sit through and watch Premiere editing tutorials, like how this effect is done, and then like it's just like an infinite source of knowledge for free. So it's definitely like top. It's like 70% how I got where I am right now, I'd say. Skill wise.
So when it comes to YouTube and like the knowledge that just comes from it and learning from it, do you feel as though there's a difference between learning on YouTube or learning within the university? Because a lot of like people do go to film school and things like that, and some people would just go strictly into like YouTube and don't even like bother to like go the school route. So do you feel as though it's an either or do you kind of dabble in both?
I guess it depends on the person, like generally, but speaking for me, I'm terrible at school. Like I'm a terrible student. It might be due to my like introvertedness and just like working in a group setting. But yeah, school I've never been good at, even now. Like I currently go to Morgan State, and I do animation. It's also based on like my previous experience level, because like I learned a lot of this stuff in high school already. But yeah, school for me is just like personally not. It doesn't do it for me. So YouTube has pretty much everything I need. If I don't like the teacher on YouTube, I can easily click another video, find another teacher. I can slow the video down. I can watch it as many times as I want, and really, that's what I need. So,
pretty much putting the power in your own hands when it comes to the education. That's very necessary for you to go to the next step as a videographer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So I have to give a huge shout out to you for even joining us so far, giving a great interview, all this information that's very necessary within the steps being taken as a videographer that's in these streets, that's, you know what I'm saying, gangstered out, big Juba in the building, you know what I'm saying, bow bow, shoot these niggas, already know. But I have to give a huge shout out to everybody else that's in the live. Huge shouts out to Trans Visuals. Huge shouts out to Tahir, the creator, whoever that is. Huge shouts out to the Pink Banana.
Shouts out to Pink Banana.
Shouts out to Benjamin Banger. Shouts out to Extra F. Huge shouts out to. I figured it was you. I just wanted you to just, you know what I'm saying, do the whole role, but it's all good. Shouts out to Kiana LaShawn. Shouts out to L Cook. Shouts out to Sushido Roa. Shouts out to Neon Gene. I've been had gunshots. I just never used them. I gotta start recycling my sounds now. I gotta be entertaining and shit. Shouts out to Tyler Producer. She is Matt Petty, Station 10. Dover King. Lenny. I'm
yeah, Lenny's here.
Yeah, hoping that. Sam Truth as well. All God damn, this is a lot of shit here. Damn,
I promoted a lot. I was very excited, so I was like, everybody join, please.
This is definitely the most like well promoted like live that I've had. That's perfect. That's definitely gonna be your next now. This is definitely the most like promoted interview that I've had, like bar none. And I really got to give you huge credit to that, because most people just say like, "Oh yeah, I got an interview today. Yeah, fuck it." But yeah, you did your thing with that, so I got to give you props on that. So, Juba Productions. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the different bags of JP. You do a lot of things outside of music videos. Would you care to like elaborate on the work that you do outside of like music videos?
Yeah, so I pretty much, well, working with Wide Angle Youth Media, I work with a lot of small nonprofits and also some bigger corporations to make like promotional videos or more like corporate marketing videos. For example, like we work with Under Armour to specifically one project they have is like Project Rampart, which is like them funding the Baltimore City Public Schools, mainly like sports and renovations. So we do that, like document that at least before COVID, and just like similar stuff to that with like smaller nonprofits or smaller businesses. I also do like event coverages, like if there's like parties, people want to hire me. Like for example, the Crown, like recaps I've been doing. I just did some of those for free, some of those were paid, but like I can do that. I can pretty much do anything with a camera, not to brag or anything, but like
Nigga brag! Nigga brag, please!
Yeah, when it comes to media, like I'm pretty much like all around as far as videography, graphic design, animation. I don't necessarily advertise myself as a graphic designer or animator, especially not a photographer, but if time calls for it, I'm available. And just today, I just got off a meeting, a Zoom meeting, where I was like moderating a conversation of an organization looking for funding about like hip hop prevention, using hip hop to like prevent kids from getting into opioid addiction or just stuff like that. So it's all around.
Man, that's super important, and honestly, it's one of those things that really just is a testament to the duality of Juba Productions. Because it's not all music videos. It's not all like, why do you keep giving yourself hard eyes?
I gotta set the mood.
It's not all just like music videos. It's not all just like, you know what I'm saying, recap videos of the last show. It's way more diverse to that. It's way more like, you know what I'm saying, it's more than that. So what would you credit the multifacetedness of Juba Productions?
I would just credit it to the fact that sometimes I get hungry and I need money to do a bunch of stuff. Because sometimes I get jobs and it's not always about the money, but like sometimes I need the money to fund my equipment. I want to get like better quality for the artists that I work with. I want to be able to get food on my table as well. Just like multiple things, but it's really just like the passion, really. Just the passion to try new things. I really don't think I found my lane yet. So it's really just like being passionate enough about filmmaking, being passionate enough about media creation to explore all the different options that I have. So.
That's true, but ain't nothing wrong with chasing that bag, though. That was a very honest first answer. I was like, that's a real nigga right there. I'll give you that. But one project that I wanted to talk about in particular when it came to Juba Productions is one of your personal side projects that you've been doing for a while. It's called Juba Mite. Talk to us about Juba Mite.
All right, so what was Juba Mite? Honestly, I think Juba Mite came about when I was in a class for school, and I had to make a film. I don't know what the requirements of the film was, but I know that I really didn't follow the requirements at all because it was literally due the same day that I made it. So I wrote it, filmed it, and edited it all within like 3 hours maximum. So I want to give a shout out to Dover Keen on this. because like he helped me with that like whole process of writing it, or just like coming up with the idea as well. So, and my brother was in it too. So for that, I just watched My Name is Dolomite on Netflix. So that's my introduction on like that whole like genre of blaxploitation. So I really didn't do too much research on it. I just like saw it and I was like, that's fire. I want to do that. So I had another friend give me like some suggestions for music. So like she did all like the music like selection. So shouts out to her. And that was really, it was just like a silly, fun little thing that turned out a lot of people liked it. So yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it's one of those things that really stood out to me in terms of the work that you do. It's not just like music videos. It's not just animation. It's not just like working with kids. Like, you have a sense of fucking humor. This is very rare to have like people that really express themselves through video about having a sense of humor. Even with the barbershop thing, which is fucking hilarious, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, even with that, like, how is it expressing like your sense of humor, your personality through your art as an introvert? Because that's the different point.
Yeah. That's a very good point to bring up. Because a lot of people may know me, have met me like through work, in real life, know that I'm kind of like quiet and I keep to myself a lot. But honestly, like when I feel most comfortable is like when I'm alone or with like family or like real close friends, and that's like the real me. So it's hard for me to bring that real me out into like public. But if I'm in private and I record it and show it to the public, that's like a very smooth medium for me to express myself. So yeah, that's really how it does get kind of frustrating because this is what I want to show people, but people don't always see that. So I want to show it as much as possible, but for me, thinking of those ideas are pretty hard. Like I know I said I thought about the idea and wrote it and edited Juba within like 3 hours, but I was procrastinating for like 2 weeks while the video was due, the assignment was due. So within those 2 weeks, I was like trying to think of ideas, but like not really landing on anything. So yeah, it just comes every once in a while. I can't control it.
Gotcha. Can we expect more from Juvenile as a series? Because it's definitely something that can really catch fire with, like, you know what I'm saying, things that go on as like time progresses with the quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Working on Juba too. First. With like those passion personal projects, I really love doing them. I want to do as much as possible. It is kind of hard with like dealing with like, because I work at Wide Angle still, do work for them. I got a bunch of projects. I work for Drew Productions, music videos and stuff like that. So it's really on my spare time that I can work on that stuff. So I want to make Drew 2 better. I just want to keep improving. So I really want to put time and effort into it. So it's really finding the time. So I can't say when it's coming, but it's definitely coming soon.
Out of sight, baby. Out of sight. We love it.
Yeah, and we talked about it too, so you might actually be in it. So I don't know. Let's see.
We'll talk about that. I don't want to give goddamn live because that's way too much information.
Right,
Huge shouts out to Juba for getting such a solid interview so far. I really do appreciate all this information and all this insight on the life of the videographer within hip hop, because we don't really hear a lot from the videographer's side of hip hop, because like it's just one of those things that whereas though like labels and artists just throw you money and say, hey, make this, I want it this way, boom, shut up, get out my face. Where not a lot of like personality shown from the videographer's side. So I do have to ask, how is it making videos with these different artists?
It varies But generally, I love working with like all types of artists when making videos. It can be frustrating because we don't really speak on the same uh, format of like art because they do like the music, the performance. I do the video, the editing. So like having the communication could be difficult sometimes, but really at the end of the day, all we want to do is create art. Both of us, we just want to create art, some good art. So, and I mean, like the people I work with, I I don't just work with like anybody who acts. I work with people that I like. So people that you see me work with is people that I genuinely enjoy. So yeah, I love their music, and when I hear the song and I love the song, and then it's like, okay, what can I do to visually uplift the sound of the song? And that either comes from like me or the artist or a collaboration between both. And yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, it's just like it's what I love doing. So when I create a video, when I send it to the artist, when they post it, it's just like it's beautiful. And in between and before when I'm editing, I might get really frustrated and cry during I'm editing, but that's a part of the process that I love. So
Thank you for admitting that you actually have to cry to make it. No, like not on no funny shit. Like it's really on some like real shit. Whereas though, like in order for you to have a lot of passion for something, like these floodgates have to open. Like whereas though, like most people just get frustrated, walk off, and just don't do anything. But you have so much love for the work that you do. You have so much passion for the work that you do. You're willing to put all of your emotion within this art, which is very, very serene, which is very real, and it's very concrete of an emotion to have. So I really got to give you credit for that. How is it working with not necessarily different artists within like hip hop and things like that, but have you seen anything different from your perspective on making music videos from like the first one with like Take the Cake up until 2020?
definitely. So I think when I first started out making videos, I was watching YouTubes, I was listening to the artists, like what they want. But over a while, I realized that I really have to become who I am as an artist. So putting like my own sauce in the videos, listening to what the artist wants, but also like telling them what I want as well, so we can kind of collab in that way. So it's really just like, yeah. So when I started, I guess it was more like, okay, I'm just making a video for them, but now it's like, okay, we're making a video together. We're making a piece of art together. So it's like I gotta make it so that it represents me just as much as it represents them. So it's really just like putting in more of my passion into the project instead of putting in just labor into their project.
Gotcha. So I have to even like admit the fact that like honestly, as an artist, especially as a person that's huge on visuals, I tend to be like really anal when it comes to like how videos comes out, and I have to be the person that tell you this. Shelf is probably at this point, it's probably my favorite video that I've done. Like I really have to give you credit for that. Like not even on some like just because you're on the show type shit, but just like on the topic of it, the fact that like it was something that wasn't like a video before this. It was just like an idea that came in my head, and for you to execute it on behind the lens and even behind the like laptop or like desktop to even the edits, it was so well fucking done. I have to give you huge credit for that and like give you all the kudos that's well deserved on your end. How was it working on a video like Shelf?
That was a beautiful experience. That is what like to me is, because like
Of course, it freezes me.
oh yeah, I'm good now.
Okay,
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's like a true collaboration because you came up with the idea and like you brought it to me in like a treatment with like bullet points of like what you wanted in the video, like the aspects, the video elements, and then like I could already see, like, from the song and from the treatment, I could already see like a vision of how I wanted to kind of like go about shooting it, or how it could look, building off top what you already had in mind. So the way that it was so simplistic yet different and weird, it was just like, it was beautiful because I love simplistic like video. I love like putting the camera on a tripod, or not doing too much effects, and just like letting the video speak for itself almost, if that makes sense. I love doing effects too, but I love doing like more cinematic still shots, like cuts and fades and stuff like that. Just being more creative because it allows you to be more creative when you're not just putting crazy effects on, in a way, in a sense.
Got you. Whereas though it's just like, I guess in the current modern video era where it's just like 80% effects and 20% the shot, and it's just like chock full of that. Whereas though in a video like Shelf, where it's just a straight shot, you got your subject, you got your pretty much background around it, you got your B-roll, A-roll, all ready to go. Was it one of the quickest videos you've done? I guess quickest shots you've ever done, I should say.
That is I don't know if I can remember enough to answer that question, but I'm trying to think, because I've done a lot of shots, but it was probably definitely one of the quickest, one of the smoothest for sure. Definitely one of the smoothest, because things happen when it's multiple people and multiple different like locations and shots. Things get really crazy, so it was definitely one of the smoothest, less stressful ones. Yeah, I can't be sure if it was like one of the quickest ones or not, because.
But I'll take the most smoothest. I'll take that compliment. Thank you. Yeah. I'll put that in my fucking pocket. I'll definitely don't expect that. But but nonetheless, like you've done a lot of work, not just like within pretty much the stuff that's in the city, but you've done a lot of work within Finagle Park. You've done video. You've done a huge series for Benjamin Banger. You've done a video, like you've done videos for Burnout. Your first video was done from KLA. How is it working with the collective of Finagle Park?
I love being a part of something, so it's really cool. I love being able to be like, because what was that? I mean, I love being a part of just being a part of something, even if I'm not like directly like contracted tied to a certain group, but just like being a part of building up something is just like essential to me, because all I want to do is like build up artists. So if it's like a group that's already building up within each other and I'm just like here to help, that's like it's amazing. So yeah.
So now I have to put you in the hot seat. I don't care anymore. Who was your favorite video that you've done? And you better not lie.
My favorite video is definitely John Tyler, Who's the End.
Shit.
I gotta say that for a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, that video is funny shit, and it's very like, very like, ish. So I do have, I can't get mad at that or selfish at that. One of my favorite videos that you've done as well is Shouty by K Woods featuring Burnout. How was it shooting at that location and pretty much the driving and like swaps out from locations from that?
That was actually pretty smooth, just because everything was like essentially in the same area. It was mad hot that day. That was like the only thing. Yeah, it was pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth. I can say that. That's I really like shooting that video because I know we were supposed to. There was a whole another concept behind that video. I won't like say it just in case I want to use it. But then I just like listen to the when I get a music video, I listen to the song like on repeat for like days sometimes, and then I just like get one idea out of that, and then that's like that idea. I was like, what if we did like a Bonnie and Clyde type thing, and then we went off on that, and then we were looking for like fake guns and money, but K. Woods was like, you know, that's not even really like what he wants to portray. So what if we just kind of did a spin on that and did like Nerf guns and Monopoly money? So that was like a really cool thing to do. So
That's what's up. I actually like the idea of Shouty and how everything just kind of came about. Was that more so of his idea, or was it a collaboration of both of your creativity?
I'd say it's more of a collaboration, just because like we brainstormed it together. I'm pretty sure it was me who thought the idea of like having like that whole thing, but I mean, just like having him a part of that and him like throwing on ideas, no matter like how big or small, just like building up from that is always. And I can't ever like really claim a video completely to be my idea, just because my idea is kind of based off their music, you know, and it's like that's given me a foundation. It's nothing really always like completely off the top of my mind, but one day maybe I would love to collaborate with an artist that they make a song to my film or something like that. But right now it's just like, yeah, I'm foundation. The foundation is their music, so.
Gotcha. Actually, glad that you came on to the point of the artist's idea of like a video, and then the videographer will come in. So I really want to talk to you and get your input or thoughts on the importance of videography in hip hop. Because you had like your legendary videographers such as your Hype Williams, your Chris Robinsons, Colin Tilley, so on and so forth. What would be your take on the importance of videos in hip hop?
I was actually thinking about this. I think it's really important. It like almost goes hand in hand, just because hip hop is like, it's a culture. You know, it's more than just like the song. It's like the style, the swagger, the tone, the feel. And one way to, you know, portray all that is through video. So showing that, it allows the artist to express even more of how they're feeling, or more of whatever the subject matter of the song is. And that just it what's the word? It expands on their ideas so much more. So I feel like it definitely goes hand in hand. Uh, they all both help out each other. Like, you can see movies that may borrow techniques and stuff from music videos, and then vice versa. So the film industry and hip hop industry, they both go hand in hand, I think, as like culture wise. You know?
I do have to appreciate that answer, because like as much credit I do want to give, like, you know what I'm saying, rappers and shit, like, oh, we started this shit, motherfucker. But most of the time, like, the ideas really be coming from everybody's favorite movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's really it's more so of a partnership than it is like, you know, one leading the other leading the other one on. So
Definitely.
last question I ask you is your influences in videography. Who influenced you in terms of the work that we do, in terms of the work that you do within videos?
I definitely say like just all my peers within like in Baltimore for like number one. Videographers, definitely Wide Angle has influenced me. They do more corporate videos, but still I grab knowledge from them all the time. People I work with, like Mace, Iconic Visions, I just say. I just grab really from anybody. Iconic Visions, you know, Fat Belly now. And then also artists as well, because like I see artists. John Tyler has definitely influenced like the style that I go for. Burnout has even influenced the style I go for. And even saying that, it's like, because like one of the videos I did for Burnout, One Shot, what I did, what for inspiration, I looked at Lucky's video, Lucky Faith, I think it's called, and that was directed, I'm pretty sure edited by Lone Wolf. And the only reason that I went to that is because I heard the song and it kind of reminded me of something in that. I don't know exactly what it was, but it kind of reminded me to look at his video and pull from that. So I'd say like working with some artists allows me to be more creative and be more open-minded and to find different, probably more mainstream or even more underground artists that I can just draw inspiration from. I'm bad at like names and remembering names, so I can't name like everybody. But I watched a lot of music videos on YouTube from like a big budget mainstream artists to like very very low budget indie artists and down uh, underground artists. So even all different types of genres too, especially.
Gotcha. Well, I really have to thank you for an amazing interview. I really have to thank you for even allowing me to ask you all these personal TMZ and your business questions. I really do appreciate the time that you took out to even answer these questions and going on live with me. So thank you very much, Juba Productions. Do you have any last words, any last promotions, any last propaganda for the people?
I want to definitely say shout out to everyone that joined. I really appreciate everyone joining. Just making me feel special. I was very excited to do this interview because, yeah, you're right. Not a lot of people, get to hear from the videographers or behind the scenes. So, yeah, I just want to explain. If anybody has any further questions, like definitely hit me up. I'm like a open guy. I help people out all the time if they want like knowledge on editing. But anything you want, like hit me up, follow me. Yeah, man, shout out everybody. Friends on here. I love you guys.
Man,
Yeah.
it's always a treat talking to Juba, man. Seriously, the hut. Coming up next on Inside the Rapper Studio tomorrow, we are going to have Brain Food on. Really excited to have her on. We're going to be talking about DJing, talking about blushes and brews, also talking about influences within the female DJ scene in Baltimore. I would like to thank everybody that's been in this live, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, the entire show. Huge shouts out to IG for not shitting the bed this time because I always expect them to just fuck up my lives, but I guess they got the point of me complaining about each and every live that go bad. So huge shouts out to IG for actually doing your job for once in your fucking life. Also, if nobody knows at this point, I'm doing a huge Smash tournament called Saturday Night Smash. I need everybody to, if you're interested, if you're an artist, if you're a creative in Baltimore and you play Smash, let me know. I want everybody involved. I want a max of 32 contestants. Get in here. It's going to be really fun. Really can't wait. So, from your host, Score F. Swayze, and our wonderful guest of Inside the Rappers Studio, episode 93, Juba Productions. Once again, thank you very much. Stop hard. I swear to fucking God.
I can't help it. The fans.
Clearly. Fucking God.
The fans are speaking. Shout out Peak
From your host, Score Swayze, and our wonderful guest of episode 93, Juba Productions. I would like to tell you guys, as always, thank you. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Stay in the house. Appreciate it, Juba.
All right. Appreciate you.